What up, YouTube? Flash Speaks back for another video. This video is in response to my man who goes by the name of Just Live, is it Just Leave? I'm not sure, but obviously a Cowboys fan who had and I thank him for actually watching my video, which was where I commented or weighed in on RG3's opinion that Dak Prescott is over Jalen Hurts this year in terms of play, and this here kind of represents, I think, a lot of what Cowboy fans think. Whether it's sincere or not, it seems to be the way they think, and I just wanted to respond to it here. And this is the logic that we don't seem to understand or get. Okay, so he says Dak is better than Hurts. Okay, well, that's subjective. That's your opinion. Hurts can run better, and he throws up a lot of prayers that should be picked off, but he gets lucky. All right. See, this is number one, right? The Dallas Cowboy fan says things like this that leads the Philadelphia Eagles fan to believe that they're not sincere in what they're saying. Right? To say that Jalen Hurts just throws up prayers that should be picked off, but he gets lucky. See, you'll make more ground with me in terms of getting respect for me just as a man if you can admit that Jalen Hurts throws some good passes. Like that pass over to Ron Bland. What was that, luck? Okay. That pass to Zacchaeus, the stuff is just luck. But on the flip side, all of Dak Prescott's passes, even the ones that are tipped and all of that stuff that end up in Cowboy receivers' hands and all of that, they're just great passes, right? But not luck there. All right. Says you can't destroy the truth, Goofy. Probably a young boy, or maybe a boy from down south. They like to say Goofy, right? Ha ha ha, right? Hurts hard 12 yards going into the half at Kansas City, and he has 2 yards of offense in the fourth quarter against the Cowboys. Okay. I'm not sure that Jalen Hurts had 12 yards going into the half at Kansas City. I believe it was 33 yards. Either one is kind of bad, right? The Hurts ended up winning, right? And he had 2 yards of offense in the fourth quarter against the Cowboys. Okay. This is the issue here, right? I don't know why you're even bringing those up. These are two victories, right? Okay. This is the thing that Philadelphia Eagles fans are saying that I tried to explain in the video that I guess you couldn't get. It should be enough for me to tell you, okay, one team was playing Kansas City, which is a fourth-ranked defense. The other team was playing Washington, who's 28th ranked defense. So it should tell you that one shouldn't expect any offense to run through Kansas City the way they run through Washington. That's logic, right? But since you can't understand it that way, let me put it in the form of an analogy. Let's say you and I we had to race one square city block. Just one square city block, or one city block, we had to race, okay? But on my block is a hill that I have to run over in order to get to the end of the block. And let's say on your block, there's a mountain that you got to run over in order to get to the end. And then we go mark, set, go, and we start racing. And I beat you to the end of the block. And then you get to the end of the block, but first you have to go through the mountain, and it takes you a half a day to get through the mountain, whereas it took me just 15 minutes to get over the hill. Who would you say actually ran better or did better, or who would you say was more impressive? For me and for Philadelphia Eagles fans, what we're saying is the guy who overcame the mountain to get to the end was better. Do you understand? You don't look at performances without factoring in the level of difficulty somewhere. If I accomplish something, but with very little difficulty, not as a result of my excellence, but because the team I'm playing doesn't present much of a challenge, versus another guy who played against a more difficult team who proposed a more difficult challenge, but got the same result, which is a win. Why do you say, well, this guy is playing better, the one that you know had an easier road? That's the logic we don't get, right? That's why we're saying that it really doesn't matter that Hurts might have had 33 yards going to the half, right? That's what good defenses do. Good defenses make it a challenge. You're not going to go out there and just destroy the Chiefs, typically, okay? But you came back and you won the game. But like good defense make you, readjust your strategy, make you play off script. They make you do a number of different things that you won't just do. That's according to the game plan. All right. Says Hurts is the favorite for MVP, but isn't playing that great of football. Let's get you out of your little emotions and get you to speak the truth, guy. Okay. Right. Hurts is the favorite for MVP, yes, but isn't playing that great of football. What is great football to you, sir? Right. What is it? Is it just putting up great stats against bad defenses? Well, Jalen Hurts has done that. Right, Jalen Hurts, like I said, the 2 games against the Commanders, the team that you are so proud of that Dak just destroyed. Jalen Hurts has over 600 yards passing, has 6 touchdowns between both games, and over 100 some odd point rating against them. Okay, actually against your Cowboys, he had a rating of 130, which was higher than Dak's rating against the Eagles. But you believe Dak played better because, as you say, Hurts had 2 yards of offense in the fourth quarter. But you've left out the fact that he had already scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, which put the team up 11 points. What your question is, what did Dak do in the third quarter? Since we want to just talk about quarters and not the whole game. Says, how is the answer stupid? Dude, he won 13 straight at home, and the 13-win Eagles is included in that clown. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what answer you're talking about. I probably had to go back to the video. He won 13 straight at home. Okay. And the 13-win Eagles is included in that. Okay, the 13-win Eagles that he faced without Jalen Hurts, right? With Gardner Minshew, who turned the ball over 4 times. Now, if you want to accept that as something great, that's fine. But you should also understand that those same 13-win Eagles lost to the New Orleans Saints, who didn't even make the playoffs. So if you feel like, Dak did something great by beating that Eagles team without Jalen Hurts that also lost to the Saints, then, hey, whatever makes you happy, buddy. That dates back to the Eagles that went to the Eagles in that 40-36 loss. He drops over 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's right. He did do that against the Eagles secondary. You need to get out your feelings, man. The Eagles was top 2 in defense, and he did that to them. The Eagles secondary was not a great secondary last year. Everyone knew that, right? Even commentators like Nick Wright and so on, they said that Eagles secondary, was suspect last year. And same thing with Skip Bayless. He said that as well. So I don't know if that's a big thing to boast. A lot of quarterbacks do that to the Eagles secondary, unfortunately. It's all right, though. It's your channel, so I'll let you keep lying to these people. I don't know what lies. I'm just saying that I'm more impressed with a guy that wins than a guy that loses. And I'm more impressed with gutted out wins against teams like the Chiefs and Buffalo than I am about blowouts against teams that you should blow out. Because to me, I factor in the level of difficulty. So, yeah, that's just my answer to that, man. Peace.